I haven't really felt a powerful legendary PvE sidearm since Breachlight. Breachlight had it all, but now power's coming in a rarely seen frame, a rapid fire, full auto, ARC 450 sidearm, the Brigand's Law. And to me, my account, my gameplay, it's so good. I crafted 2 of them. It's worth 2 crafts in my eyes, and I'm going to show you why I did that. And historically, I don't do that. I don't craft more than 1, I don't have the time, but I made time for this one. Earlier in the season, I covered Volt Shot on Tarnished Metal. The chase of the season in my eyes still. Volt Shot from a distance is very, very good. Now the close second, almost tied 1-1, is this sidearm right here. ARC Rapid Fire Full Auto 450. It's the seasonal pirate sidearm, found at the star chart. Each week with the update, the first one that you focus, if you have the correct node unlocked, you're gonna get a red border. Otherwise, it's gonna be random drops from Expedition, Catch Crash, maybe Spider randomly gives you one during the seasonal story. Once 5 red borders are extracted, you're gonna get the pattern. Then it's level time. And a tip, no matter what role you want it to be, once it gets to level 4, go back to the Enclave and craft Feeding Frenzy Volt Shot. It's gonna make your life a ton easier. And this thing has amazing perks. Each season, Bungie's been giving us new ways to play, and this sidearm has everything you would want. Everything. It's got multiple rare things about it. Again, so many, I crafted 2 of them. I'm not gonna pass up the second one. It's too good. This is a PvE sidearm through and through. I'm going to talk about the Crucible, but it struggles there. The rapid fires, I feel, are a good frame for PvP. They're rare when they come up, but this one has a lot of issues. We'll talk about it more later. Now for the perks, we have enhanced versions of Feeding Frenzy, Threat Detector, Perpetual Motion, Hipfire, Killing Wind, Steady Hands, Pugilist. And in the last column, Sympathetic Arsenal, Surrounded, Volt Shot, Rangefinder, Adagio, Demolitionist, Swashbuckler. So for the first role that I crafted, it's what the majority will craft or have crafted. Enhanced Feeding Frenzy, Volt Shot. I went with range on this. I have small bore, range masterwork, accurized rounds, Feeding Frenzy, Volt Shot. Because I have Feeding Frenzy, I got my reload covered. I can get that damage out as far as I can. Extremely potent in PvE. Get a kill, reload, it's gonna overcharge the weapon, and the first hit will jolt the next target. Add Clear Monster, and you can do things that we went over in the Tarnished review. You can jolt a bigger enemy, Wither Horde them, and with the Wither Horde ticks, it's gonna keep proccing the jolt, taking out the surrounding enemies. Feeding Frenzy, with what you're doing, it makes perfect sense. You're going to get kills, reload in that jolt as fast as you possibly can to lay it down on another enemy. This is going to work on all kinds of content. It gets a little sketchy with GMs, I guess, but dungeons, raids, seasonal activities, it's a monster of a roll. Now, Volt Shot on that Tarnished, that can work in GMs. But instead of Feeding Frenzy, you can sub in Threat Detector. You're going to be 15 meters end to end to get some reload help. Another dark horse is Pugilist. You don't get the reload, but that jolt collat, it's going to be getting you melee energy. Strong weapon. You can pair it with Arc 3.0, get some traces coming back. You could pair it with Solar, maybe applying Scorch on a jolted target. You can get wells going, get traces going. It's strong. It's amazing. We don't know how or when Volt Shot's going to come back, but this right here is a weapon that no matter what comes out, it's going to be a good thing to have. It's always going to have some use. Now, some other roles, there's a case for Threat Detector Surrounded, Enhanced. With the spec, it does 47% more damage, add on Radiant, whatever damage on top, it's hard hitting. There's perks like Swashbuckler, there's a ton of play. But the second role, again, I couldn't pass it up. It's so rare. Enhanced Pugilist, Enhanced Demolitionist. One of a kind sidearm. Not only is this the only weapon in the game to pair Pugilist with Demo, but it's enhanced as well. I wanted this pretty bad. Enhanced Demo grants 11% of your grenade energy on a final blow, and of course, you can throw the grenade, bypass the reload. Pugilist, again, once you get a final blow, since it's enhanced, 11% melee energy back on that kill. And with Pugilist, on a melee hit, you get plus 35 handling for 3 seconds. It also pairs with a trait, Right Hook. Dealing a melee hit grants target acquisition and range. It's perfect. There are a lot of things I wanted this for. This is the best ability regen in the game on a weapon. And the main thing I wanted it for was the Heart of Inmost Light Titan. It's absolutely nuts. Should be outlawed. As we know, using an ability empowers the other two. Will do more damage, faster ability regeneration. I've been using 2 Bountiful Wells, Elemental Ordnance and Melee Wellmaker, and Seeking Wells. It is magical, y'all. So good. And it's actually even better than I thought that it would be. But the Heart of Inmost Titan is just scratching the surface with Enhanced Pugilist and Demo. You could rock things like Felwinter's Helm on Warlock, Devour Lock, Arc 3.0 on any subclass. Maybe throw on the new helmet. You start adding in your traces and your wells. Maybe a Bleak Watcher Shadebinder, Renewal Grasp Hunter. The sky's the limit, but it's taking 4 to 5 kills to get those abilities back, bypassing 1 minute, 2 minute cooldowns. And accelerants like Heart of Inmost Light is crazy. For the frame, I did range, and then I did Hammerforge Rifling, and I actually went Flared Magwell. This gets the reload speed to 58, because when you go back and look at them, on Feeding Frenzy Volt Shot, I want the range to be a little bit higher, so 47, kind of routed out some other stats, but this one, since I don't have Feeding Frenzy, I put on Flared Magwell. Range is still doubled of its base. It's got 20 range. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Modest ability, a lot better handling. As far as PvE roles go, these are the two main ones. You can make a lot of things work, maybe Pugilist Swashbuckler, Threat Detector Surrounded, we talked about those, but Volt Shot is a great perk. It's one of those perks that's going to stand the test of time, and this one that you're seeing right now, Pugilist Demolitionist, you're seeing some of the things you can do on Heart of Inmost Light, but that ability regen, like take an Ahamkara Gunslinger, Controverse Hold Voidlock, this is pretty special stuff. Before, we've only had Demo Wellspring, which that is a really good perk combination. I love it. It's only come out on a couple weapons. But this right here, specifically for your grenade, for your melee, it's a really big deal. At least I think so. It makes the full kit of whatever you're running with Arc, Solar, Void, Stasis. It allows you to loop everything about the kit. And the difference is going to be the Volt Shot is just great all around. That's why I did craft it, and that's why so many others have crafted it. It's a really good neutral perk. And again, you don't have to run it on Arc. You can get Devour going with it on a Voidlock. You get Scorch going. Works with anything. You're going to have to decide if Demo Pugilist is something that you would actually build into, because you have to. It's going to be designed for very specific exotics, very powerful things to go along with it. And you've been seeing just a glimpse of what's possible. As far as the Crucible, we have issues. The main thing, the base range. I don't want to alarm you, but this weapon right here is literally the lowest ranged weapon in all of Destiny 2. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Lowest range stat in the game, and it shows. It has a base range of 20, and when you look at the full stat line, they've always had low range. This actually just is the floor, like, of all weapons. But they have high stability, good recoil. It's got a 1.2 times zoom. It hits its drop off at 14.5 meters, so for this thing to work and work well, you have to go full bore or small bore with accurized rounds, range masterwork, Killing Wind Rangefinder. Rangefinder alone gets that drop off to 16.2 meters, and if you do that setup with all range and small bore, it gets to 17.3, which is more than doable. But that's pretty much how you have to run it. After you get a kill, Killing Wind's going to help you duel with the strafe speed and give you plus 20 range. It gets to a little bit over 18 meters, and on these, that's really rare. That's where you need to go. But the rapid fire that I use is this one right here, the Fool's Remedy. You can't get it anymore. And of course, there's a Vanguard's punching out. Some of you might have a couple rolls of that, but I really like this one. This one performs well. It's hipfire kill clip, far point armor piercing. It's right around 16 meters, but it has kill clip. That's going to help the TTK, help extends the range a little bit because the damage. These have a 0.67 TTK, 5 crit, 1 body. If you're able to get on the head, they do melt. And that's why kill clip really helps. And I think that a weapon like this with a damage perk is going to be superior. And again, some of you might have some punching outs that are good, but with this one, back to the law, it has such low range. You got to be careful. And I do wish that Bungie would do just a universal range buff on these, because they do struggle against pretty much all the other options within the space. All of these CQC weapons, think about them. Most of them can get to that 16 meters, up to 20. Shire, Multi-Mach, Drang, Forgiveness. So for it to perform, it needs to be up there with its range. With Rangefinder, the whole setup. But even then, I wouldn't personally do it. I'm not doing it. If it's a random drop, try it out. As far as crafting, I would stay away from a PvP role. And honestly, I would just use your PvE role, because Enhanced Demo, Pugilist still works there. Volt Shot works there. It's something a little bit different. As far as a dueling sidearm, other ones do it better, other weapons do it better. So I wouldn't necessarily go that route with this thing. I would use it for its uniqueness and the special things that it brings to the table. It's definitely a PvE weapon, and that's where you should be using it. And what a weapon it is there. I encourage you to try to get the red borders and craft one. If not, try to land on a good random roll. It is special, and you're going to love it. Most are going to go for Feeding Frenzy Volt Shot, but there's a case to be made for the ability farmer that is Demo Pug. It's going to be all up to you. There isn't a wrong answer. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about it down below. What perks do you like, and how does this sidearm just rank overall for you in your loadout? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I'm CoolGuy.